What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, yesterday Marvel Studios dropped the first official trailer for Echo, and it really caught a lot of people by surprise, myself included. We did not know this was going to be Marvel's first true TVMA TV show, the equivalent of rated R on the silver screen, and the trailer blew a lot of people away. A lot of violence that we expect and hope for in the upcoming Daredevil series on screen for full display and during certain parts of that trailer. Now, that being said, Marvel went one step further and unveiled a brand new series called Marvel Spotlight. We're going to talk about exactly what this is, why this is an awesome thing for the MCU, and one industry insider talking about certain characters coming up that you can expect to fall under this banner. We're breaking it all down, the MCU's new intro title card and what it means for this series, Marvel Spotlight's label. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner. In fact, back-to-back giveaways this upcoming week for the Marvels and the Loki finale. Again, all you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So maybe the bigger reveal than Echo being TVMA was the fact that it was going to fall under this new MCU banner called Marvel Spotlight, which was actually a name of a comic book anthology. It actually debuted in 1971, and that's where you found the origin for characters like Ghost Rider and Spider-Man. Go ahead and earmark that. Brad Winderbaum, the head of streaming over at Disney and Marvel, went ahead and said this, quote, "Marvel Spotlight gives us a platform to bring more grounded, character-driven stories to the screen, and in the case of Echo, focusing on street-level stakes over larger MCU continuity." Just like the comics, fans didn't need to read Avengers or Fantastic Four to enjoy a Ghost Rider Spotlight comic. Our audience doesn't need to have seen other Marvel series to understand what's happening in Maya's story. Now, this is a great thing, as I mentioned during the prologue, because it allows fans who may not be completely caught up or immersed in the MCU continuity, who do not have the time or the want to wander into 25 plus projects just to watch something from Marvel and it have a self-contained story that makes sense. It doesn't mean that these characters won't connect to the overall MCU, and as we saw during the trailer, Daredevil made a quick appearance, but more so you can watch something, it can still be MCU, but you don't have to have seen 4 Avengers films plus to know what's going on. And because they're doing a dual debut where this will not only come out Netflix style with all the episodes at once, they're also dumping it on Hulu, a chance for new viewers, people who might not have Disney for Marvel Studios stuff, or not even have Disney period, or ever watched anything in the MCU, a chance to watch something new and on Hulu without needing the rest of the MCU backstory. I think that Marvel Studios desperately needed to be able to do this and explore characters without that tie in order to be open to new fans. And again, it doesn't mean that the continuity won't be there later on. It just means that new fans will have a chance to enjoy a character and or a story that isn't predicated on the entire MCU catalog. Now, that being said, industry insider Alex Perez from over at the Cosmic Circus has indicated that now that the Spotlight banner has been revealed, this is where we can expect characters like Ghost Rider, who was originally a Spotlight reveal in the comics, but also the upcoming Nova project, which wasn't just a rumor, it was actually confirmed by the Hollywood trades. It's just we haven't heard anything about that project for the better part of a year, and with the strikes and the notable downsizing by Marvel, both in size and scope of projects and budget, was to have rumored at one point recently maybe even be canceled or taken off of the schedule altogether. Now, one other thing I want to mention, because this is definitely on behalf of the marketing team, Bob Iger coming back, them trying to really change how TV is done over at Marvel Studios, is that this works twofold. Number one, yes, you do need new blood coming into the MCU. New fans who can, if they want to, have an on-ramp, or if they just happen to see it on Hulu, maybe get an on-ramp into the MCU and eventually buying a ticket to see a film where they wouldn't have before. That's definitely the goal of it. But the other side is, well, let's put it this way, right? There was a world we lived in where only the biggest names in Marvel IP could ever hope to get a movie. Fantastic Four, X-Men, Spider-Man, that sort of thing. I would have never imagined we would see projects like Moon Knight, She-Hulk, an Agatha solo show, now an Echo show. It's just stuff that where probably you wouldn't have found funding in any way to have this stuff produced, Marvel and Disney as a brand finally got big enough that they could focus on these characters. Rightly or wrongly, you want to say that contributed or diluted Phase 4, up to you. But the real reality is that we probably will never see some of these characters and greenlit again in a fresh way. I can't imagine how far we'd have to go through a recycling of the MCU reboot for them to reboot Moon Knight. And that said, some of these projects are going to live for quite a long time as the live action representation of the character. If Marvel Studios does a Spotlight style series where the story is self-contained within the series itself, then Maya Lopez's story as Echo can live on as a live action show even after the soft reboot. Even when we probably won't see another one of these shows in the future, it can always just exist in on its own as a self-contained story that you can watch without any greater ties to the MCU. That allows, I believe, the shelf life of these shows to be much longer, and we all know that with the way with streaming works these days, Suits has had a huge resurgence as of late. Things can really take on a life of their own, and later on, when you get more eyes on it. And so if the story is self-contained and one that can serve an audience at any time, not just linked into, hey, have you seen the first 4 Avengers films? Do you know what happened in Quantumania? Do you know what's going on with the multiverse? Then you can watch Loki. This is, hey, I'm going to watch these 5 or 6 episodes. I'm going to get the whole story and I'm going to be served all at once. Oh, it's also an MCU project. You could find that character in other places like Hawkeye, or in the future, maybe Daredevil, or maybe even in Secret Wars, as I would imagine. They're going to shoehorn as many of the names they introduced during all these phases as they possibly can into whatever that final portal scene looks like. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below, how hype you are, A, for Echo, B, if you agree that the TVMA style is something they need to continue with for as many projects as possible. I'm literally, anything they want to make TVMA, I am all for it. And see if you're okay with this Marvel Spotlight series having self-contained stories and think this is a good place and want to see more of this in the future for characters like Ghost Rider and Nova. I'm all ears in the comments. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s here at the channel, and we have back-to-back giveaways next week. It is not too late to be entered to win. We'll have one giveaway for the finale of Loki. We'll have another giveaway for the drop of the Marvels. That will be on Thursday and Friday. If you want to be entered to win, all the same rules will always apply for future giveaways. All you got to do, be a subscriber, so hit the sub button, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name is Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name AllFires, hence the AKA. And while I'd sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.